Hi guys, so sorry. Something went wrong with my channel. I think there's some interruption here. Just give me a minute. I need to get Deepti back into my channel. Just give me a minute. Something is not right. Okay. Hi everyone. If you're in my stream now, please come into this stream. I hope you'll be reading because the other one abruptly ended. I could not get into the broadcast again, so I'm creating another one. So sorry everyone because something went wrong. She's coming back inside. My whole broadcast ended just like that. I do not know what's went wrong. Okay, we're going to talk about SSR's diary, what he wrote in the diary. She'll be sharing with us. She'll be coming in a minute, I guess. She saw. Okay, she's coming. Deepti, I'm so sorry. Something went wrong, and it's like I create another stream. You have to come in. Can you hear me?
Bachant, can
Yeah,
you
can
hear
you
me?
hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you. There's a lot of static on your audio though, but I
Yeah,
cannot see you. So
you can't see. Can the
yeah,
rest see me?
I can see you now.
Can you see me?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
I
I
do
can
not
see
know
you
what
now. Yeah.
happened. Yes, suddenly the whole thing went off. So I just
See,
created another stream here.
it's the usual feature with whenever I
Yeah, correct. So sad. I'm
give
like
live
not.
interviews.
Yeah,
And
correct.
and one of the shows I have even shown that those attacks were happening from Reliance
Yeah.
Workspace. I had openly shown that the number of attacks that were happening to disrupt my video stream, the audio of my
Okay.
video stream.
Yeah, mine just went off. I like, okay, now what do I do? So I just created another stream here and started.
So no, Cindy, I have taken care of my connections and of my network. I have, ensured that I have my own encryptions, robust encryption. So now they cannot attack my network. So now they have
Oh,
attacked your network,
oh,
your
okay,
side of the
okay.
network. So that's the
Anyway,
reason. There's the reason. Yeah. Anyway, we'll still,
we'll
no matter
continue.
how
We'll
many.
con. Yeah, exactly. They can do how many times
Yeah.
they want to do. They can actually do it. We'll just continue fighting for justice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Deputy.
Exactly.
Do you know where you actually you can still continue from there? You're talking about Sri Devi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, see, even now that the case is in ICJ, okay, so there have been trials to, I have been fortunate enough to have the right contacts in the Indian Defense Intelligence and to have been guided by some very noble legal, professionals.
Mhm.
Okay, I cannot take everyone's name. My legal help when the case was in Supreme Court of India with Dr. Ajay S. Talbar. I have been lucky enough to, though two or three advocates did betray and did back off, but then I have had a legal team which has always stood by me. So there's the reason, in spite of so many obstacles, see, it is not easy to get a case accepted in the Supreme Court of India. Getting the case accepted in the first year itself, it has only been possible because we brought whatever proofs we came across, we brought them to the notice of our NSA, Shri Ajit Dovilji. And he was the one who gave his personal lawyer, Shyam Jindal, to who got our petition, who filed our petition in the Supreme Court of India, and it got accepted in 2018. Though after that, many games happened, and ultimately, I didn't get any hearing. Just kept getting Tariq pe Tariq, Tariq pe Tariq, and so again, Sushant Singh Rajput, also belongs to the same industry. Though I have been working on a separate case, so we came across, we found information about the one watchman was missing since Sushant's death.
Okay.
Okay, so we came across him and we found out that those hard drives were actually with him.
Okay.
Oh, that was how we got to lay our hands, and this is the reason actually why I went to Mumbai on 8th of March, 2021 to meet IPS Nupur Prasad.
Okay.
So though we had prior, confirmation of the meeting, I went there, but I went to Bandrakula office, but she had left on some urgent work to Belapur office. Oh, that was some on the outskirts of the city, and so I couldn't go there. And so instead, I visited the NCB office, where I met the NCB staff and Samir sir's PA. They were very encouraging. And I had some information to give about the drugs related angle of the Sushant's case as well. I mean, his PA Sharadji, I mean, gave me an next date wherein I could talk to the man himself, Samir sir. So I went to Mumbai again. Then also I tried to meet Nupur Prasadji. Again, I couldn't. Though this time I didn't have the confirmation. So I kept my meeting with Samir sir, and yes, that we had a very fruitful discussion, uh, which Samir sir also acknowledged in one of the shows that he came recently. Uh, so what I'm saying is that I tried to hand over these drives to the agency first, which is handling this. It is when they didn't show interest in, you know, collecting this evidence, because this evidence can even be used in the court of law. Because if we have to prove, we can always prove the authenticity of it by tracing the software package purchase details or by tracing the IP details. That whose laptop is it and whose drives for those. Okay, so it can be proved. But in spite of all that, somehow the prime investigation agency CBI is not showing interest to collect them. So that's why I have decided to come on the public platform. Maybe this will,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Dhruv sent a message, said, Bachchanji, kindly ensure for some time both of you keep your cameras off. Okay. You wanna, okay. Shall we do that, Deepti?
May I know the reason, Dhruv?
Uh, Dhruv ji, this stream is coming with a lot of disruption actually. Who is watching? Dhruv ji, kindly advise why we should off the camera.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Let him come with
Okay.
the answer.
Yeah. Okay,
All
continue.
right.
What is
So
VVL
that's
loop? He got a reply. What is this?
okay. Let's just switch off our cameras for a while because they're trying to, attack
Oh,
the
okay,
networks, disrupt the
okay,
stream. So kindly just.
okay. So how? Okay. Mhm. Okay.
Yes, Bachant,
Yes, yes.
are
Can
you
you hear
here?
me? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Dhruv, for that message. Actually, I went backstage and I did check. There was a voice
Mm-hmm.
over video overloop, so that's the reason the problem was happening with, the disturbance over your audio and all.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, continue.
See,
Hmm.
again, here I would like to bring one thing to the notice of the people is that these people, these elite criminals, okay, who have been getting away with their crimes, they have the backing of the law enforcement agencies. They have the backing of the judicial systems. That's the reason. That's the reason. No, I mean, no crime ever gets solved where a big name is involved. Okay, this is the
Agreed.
unfortunate state of affairs in our country, and it's been continuing. And today, since we didn't raise our voice earlier, we lost Sushant today. But right from Divya Bharti, Gulshan Kumar, Parvin Babi, Jia Khan, Sushant Singh Rajput, Devi ji, and so many others. These are big names. Okay, they are popular. They are very popular. They are celebrities. So people know about them. But from other fields as well, we have the chairman of the Muthoot group, George Muthoot. He
Hmm.
also falls from fourth floor like Divya Bharti and he dies. Okay.
Okay.
So we have the chairman of the CC Day, Coffee Cafe Day, uh, whose body is found in the river and there's a suicide.
Hmm. A lot of interesting things happening in my stream today. Okay, anyway, what we're going to actually cover, actually, she has started covering a bit of it, is actually Sushant Singh's diary. She have put up this in her Twitter account. So if you want to read, it is actually in English. Sushant have written it, have been decoded it. She have actually encrypted it. It is all in the Twitter. I read actually so many pages, but it's about 7 pages are up now. So what we're going to discuss today is that I'm going to ask this question based on that. Okay, let's just back again. Yes, Deepti. So many disruption today.
It always happens. And when, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue. Let's continue. Yeah.
Okay. So, Deepti, I just when I read, I realized from those diaries that actually you shared in your Twitter, right? I realized it's quite related to what Sri Devi was going through too. You
Yes.
know, yeah. So it's
See,
it's
anyone,
similar.
yes, anyone who, there's this nexus between politicians, celebrities, not only
Hmm.
in the film industry, but in the sports field as well. IPL is
Okay.
a major hub of betting, money laundering, and drug circulation. We have after IPL parties. It is, a known secret.
Correct.
Drugs are circulated heavily in this after IPL after match parties in the IPL. Money is laundered. I mean, this money is routed to terrorism and all. And we have Bollywood movies, which again one of the major points of center points of money laundering. And then we have NGOs as well. So all these things, Sushant has written in his diary because I mean he was sure that by the time someone reads this drives of his, he won't be anymore. He has made
Yeah.
mention
Correct.
of he has made mention of this. I mean a lot of times.
Yeah.
Okay. So and he has broken down. So I mean it's not that I have gone through all the drives or anything. I am just 1 or 2 steps ahead of you as far as knowing about the contents of the drives is concerned.
Yeah. I know. I know. There's
Okay.
there's in
See,
fact
each and every file is heavily encrypted. He is such a genius, that guy. I don't know when he got time to write these things. Many people have been commenting that they know Sushant's thought process. They know Sushant's writing style. This can't be his writing style. This, that, and everything. So let us not forget one thing, that what they know about his thought process and his writing style are from his posts on a public platform, naturally he will take care of the language and the presentation.
Yes, he be careful how you put it.
Right.
Yeah.
But here we are talking about something he has written in a frame of mind when he was sure that he will be killed.
Yeah,
And
that's what
also
I
this
understand too.
interface, yeah. And also this interface. It's a MS-DOS interface. I won't go in more into details, but any IT person who knows will surely understand what I am talking about. Okay, there's no option of the cursor to go back.
Okay.
Okay, so in that hurry, I mean, anything could have happened. But see, if people are giving importance to the language and style more than what the content is, because the content is so explosive. Okay, and it's not that someone has written it for the first time or made mention of this nexus for the first time. Even N.N. Vohra in 1993, there was a Vohra committee report that came up, mostly to, investigate the Mumbai blasts and all. So the Mumbai blast planning started from 1989, and he had clearly mentioned about this nexus between the Bollywood, Mumbai film industry, politicians, bureaucrats, terrorists, underworld. So Dawood Ibrahim here is a face. Okay, because of the crimes that are happening, some face has to be there, right?
Yeah.
Those nexus, they know everything about each other, and and strangely, that Ohra committee report has never been investigated upon. Recently,
Okay.
when someone filed a petition in the Supreme Court of India, asking it to, ask the agencies to start, to give directions to the agencies to start investigations into the committee's reports, Supreme Court of India rejected it, saying that the petition is merely for publicity and it won't serve any purpose.
Okay.
So I don't understand on what grounds they said that. However, the thing what I'm trying to tell here is that we must not close eyes to the thing that Sushant Singh Rajput's case is the first that has happened this way. We had Sridevi ji earlier, we had Jia Khan earlier, we had Divya Bharti earlier, we had Gulshan Kumar earlier. So what happens is that whoever takes a stand against the wrong that is happening. Okay, so here there's women trafficking, prostitution, there's child trafficking, organ trafficking, terrorism, drugs peddling, and what not. I mean, just for the sake of profits, I mean, the human lives have just become numbers for them. Right. So whoever takes a stand against this, they are not allowed to grow in the industry. They control the industry. So we have seen instances of projects being taken away from Sushant Singh Rajput.
Yes, correct. They've been blocked
Okay.
also.
Yes, and also then that Me Too allegation to defame him.
Correct.
See, they tried many ways to defame Sushant Singh Rajput as a druggie and a womanizer. But as I say, I think even God has had too much of the evil. Unka paap ka ghada bhar gaya, what they say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things, the more they tried to suppress, the more it came out in Sushant's
Correct.
case.
Correct.
So, I mean, yes, it's high time that justice happens, and NCB has been doing excellent, fabulous job.
Yeah.
It has been doing its job. It's different matter that the culprits get away using loopholes in the legal system because they have, top lawyers at their disposal.
Yeah.
Someone like Ria, someone like who is that guy? Who got Siddharth Pitani? when they are being protected by, they are being defended by top lawyers of the country.
Right.
Where is the money coming from, and what are the ethics of such lawyers? But unfortunately, the truth is that most of the top paid lawyers or top lawyers of the uh, you know our system of our country, it's not about whether what they are doing is right or wrong. It's just about if they can win it legally or not. Unfortunately,
Yes.
unfortunately for most people practicing, I mean, you see top lawyers defending criminals,
No,
exorbitant. They charge like lakhs per day, and though we all know that there was involvement of Shashi Tharoor in Sunanda Pushkar case, he will always manage to get a top lawyer.
even
Right.
in Siddharth Pitani when
So
he was
such is
caught,
like,
even Siddharth Pitani when he was
hmm?
caught, there was a video I watched. He was commenting that he didn't even look worried or scared at all.
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. There's a
Can
lot
you
of
can you
static.
yeah? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, but yes, I can hear you
Very
now.
soft, very
Yeah,
soft,
tell
is
me,
it?
please.
Okay, even in Siddharth Pitani, if you realize, even when he get caught recently, NCB arrested him. He wasn't worried at all. You didn't even see his face being scared that he's being caught. He'd been brought to custody at all. Maybe because they feel that they have this strongest a good lawyer who's going to fight for them.
So from this, yes, from this you can understand the kind of backing they
Yeah,
have.
correct.
Otherwise, Siddharth Pirani was the first person who was at the scene of the crime.
Correct.
Why is the CBI not interrogating him? I mean, we have
Correct.
had Arnab, kind of grilling him for some time, and in which he seemed very unconvincing and very uncomfortable in what he was telling. Okay, he was. So I don't understand. I mean, we all know that it's a murder.
Yeah.
Even the agencies know. Even the agencies know. The will is missing. The will is not there. Unfortunately, means we are trying. I mean, it's not that this is the first time that something like Sushant that has happened, that the agencies have woken up and they have started working. People who are preaching saying that it will take time to make a foolproof case, let me tell you, are bluffing big time. Everyone knows about it. Everyone, because I have experienced it. We have
Yeah.
interacted with the President of India, we have interacted with the Union Law Minister, we had interacted with, I mean, even the SIT committee was formed when we filed a request for it, because in spite of getting around 10 dates when we couldn't get a hearing, a SIT committee was formed. Even, I mean, many games were played in the SIT committee level as well, which ultimately led to it being dissolved. That was when I wrote a mail to the President of India and to the Indian Army and to the Supreme Court of India, which I have shared, the screenshot of which I have widely shared on my profile, and to which I even got responses from the National Legal Services Authority of India and Supreme Court of India as well. Okay. So later, what happened is that when I came on the social media, I took remedial measures, I took legal measures so that I won't be booked for contempt of court. Because imagine someone like Prashant Bhushan or some that comedian Kamra, I mean, they tweet something and they got booked for contempt of court. And I have been tweeting non-stop, tagging the Supreme Court of India, tagging the agencies, tagging the authorities. I have been sharing the documents of the, court of my case, which I am not supposed to do. When a case is in the court, we are not supposed to share the documents or proceedings with the public. But since I was not getting any media coverage, even after approaching Arnab and Deepak Chaurasia and Rajasthan Patrika. I mean, somehow, I think there was kind of gag orders not to cover the anything about Sridevi ji.
Okay. Uh,
So that's when, after Sushant's death, after Sushant's death, when people started seeing for themselves the true face of the Bollywood, that's when I decided to share my story on the social media, because that is, I was sure that now people will understand. And from there, I mean, YouTubers noticed, and they invited me, and I shared my journey with them. From then, we took the case to the ICJ. It's still in the ICJ. A lot of interferences are happening there as well, because this syndicate, this nexus, it is not just national. It's not just national. Okay, they have their hands in everything from wars, riots, to bombings, attacks, and then they own big corporations as well. They have their own petrochemicals. They have their own. You must have heard about oil mafia and drug mafia. I mean,
yeah.
oil mafia and gold mafia,
Yeah.
which mostly operates in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And Sridevi ji too died in Dubai.
Yeah. Correct.
And that too in Jumeirah Emirates. That's a hotel which was some 200 kilometers away from the wedding venue, wedding hotel where they had gone. And that hotel is reportedly owned by Dawood's brother, Dawood Ibrahim's brother. Okay. So here the cover up has happened between governments of two nations. So you can understand in ICJ, in your show only, Bachant, I had mentioned that there have been interferences. Also, see, I don't want to discuss or give talk about more about my case in the ICJ right now, because I am expecting some judgments soon. So it won't be proper on my part to spoil
Okay.
this. I mean, so anything apart from that, I would like to.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I just want to add on, because in Sushant's the diary, I mean the encrypted part which I read, I also realized he highlighted this point about accidental and connected insurance they take up for the person, or they do mediclaim, and they have inside people handling the case for them, so that they will have this lump sum of money being paid out. Right?
Yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, there have been incidents. There have been random incidents of, mysterious deaths, sudden deaths,
Yeah.
and suppressed incidents of a hospital in Delhi, I think. Some mysterious deaths and organ trafficking, and that news was ultimately suppressed. So you see, what is happening here is that the mainstream media actually is not covering exactly what all is happening. It is covering what its funders want them to cover.
Yeah.
Because you see, most of the channels, almost all the channels, they are either owned by corporations or owned by some political party. Everywhere,
Uh,
be it South, the mainstream media mostly, and they have their own agenda.
Nihan asked the question where you got the diary. This is actually you have already shared in the beginning. It's from actually from the
Yes, I have already shared it. Yeah.
yeah, in the beginning, Vihan, you have to actually watch from the beginning if you have shared where I got it, but it's from the what is it, the guard, the security guard, right?
Watchman.
Watchman. We call security guard here. Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
watchmen was
Watchman
missing.
is
One of the
missing, and
watchmen was missing from the day of Sushant's death.
yeah, correct. That's where was able
Okay.
to assess from him. But Dipti, there's another thing I wanted. Probably I just probe a little bit into the diary, the information in there. There was a case where written that sometimes there'll be cars parked outside your house, They pretend to wait for somebody, and they'll be holding on the steering wheel. They'll be tapping on the steering wheel, and the other hand will be holding the phone. And actually, the phone, they are not talking to anybody. They're
Yes.
using the phone to take a photograph of the location. I guess geomap, which is attached to some surveillance system, and this system is can get access to the persons whoever they actually are following, where they
See,
are, what they're doing, and all
see,
that.
see, I have experienced this.
Mhm.
Since 2019, some or the other vehicles keeps following me. There, some or the other vehicle is always parked outside. Though they, I mean, see, I have seen this because the internet of my area has been fiddled with during one of the sessions as well. So I can relate to what Sushant had mentioned about this. This is how they operate actually. And most of the people who cooperate with them, these bureaucrats that I'm talking about, I mean, top officials from different departments, be it defense or be it any other ministry, they cooperate, like even from ISRO, they cooperate with them because, I mean, either they are trapped, either they're trapped into illegal deals.
Mm.
Okay, either without their knowledge or I mean somehow, and then that is used for them to trap them further into it. And if someone is not sold by money or something, they use some other weakness of theirs, like honey
Yeah, correct,
trapping,
correct,
blackmailing.
correct,
So detail, I mean, Sushant has mentioned about this in detail actually because he was an insider, so he
correct.
has given
Yeah,
an
he mentioned
insider's
like,
point of view.
correct. He mentioned like they come after your business partner, they harass your business client. If you have any what properties, they also go through that. Income tax, sales tax, ED, fake rates. They talk to people who in the family who hates him or who is jealous of him. They also talk to there's other more. Yeah, further
Bachant, your
a
audio
lot more.
is not clear
Oh,
actually.
oh gosh! Whenever I'm saying something important, you can't actually hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but
Try it.
there's a lot of disturbance.
Oh gosh! But you can hear me. So how about the rest? The viewers, can you hear me? Can the viewers hear me? Can someone
There's
reply?
some problem with your. I don't
Is
know
it?
how I am sounding.
Okay, just give me a minute. Let me just get another earpiece. I don't know whether it's my earpiece or not. I think
Has
this is a bit.
Sushant mentioned name of the culprits in his diaries?
Yeah, as someone mentioned the name of the culprit in the diaries and then Deepti ma'am disappeared. Can y'all hear me? Oh, clear both sides. How about now? I try to change my earpiece. Okay, a lot of disruption in today's video. Okay, I'm gonna go into what happened is Deepti is actually sharing. Um, Vihan, you asked the question how she got the information. She got it from actually the watchman from Sushant's house who went missing. So through him, she got access to some information. From the information, she have actually tried to contact the CBI. She couldn't, no response from their side. So she's coming on social media. She have uploaded the English write-up, I mean encrypted version in Twitter account. PPG, full of drama in today's live session. Seriously. So when okay, let's continue.
Okay.
So when Sushan, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, you're clear
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Sushan case, he was telling that they will even come after the family members who's like jealous of him or hate him, someone very close to him to get access about his information, all his internal information. He also highlighted a lot of things like they use fake death cert, fake. They also faking death, buying of heavy insurance, and that connected to high investment. They also use SIM cards. And one interesting thing that I read was when they have any consignment, yeah, I'll continue the question. There's one information in the diary which I think you all should go to a Twitter account and read all the pages that she have uploaded. I think about six pages, and there's 20 over. So Sushant, I've titled it as Dark Secret. He have put heading as episode 1 and so on. There's one information he actually shared saying that uh, they want to deliver a consignment from one place to another. Okay, they have codes, language codes. Like for example, the call that comes in will come in with a Bollywood song. Okay, and then followed by, then you have to decode it. What is the song? Who is actually could be connected to the person who's singing it? Could be connected to the location in the song. So there's one consignment which actually is supposed to be delivered to Delhi or something like that. So if you're able to listen to the song and then look, I mean, the person involved will know. They will listen to the song, and then they will what figure out who is the singer, and then figure out where is the location. From there, they'll be able to work out where this consignment need to be delivered to. So this is how it's working. It's in a very high level. And there's another thing he actually told that. Hi, Dipti ma'am. Can you hear me now? The other earpiece is
Hi,
better.
Bachant.
Hi, Dipti.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yes, I
Yeah, I
can
can
hear
hear you.
you. There's some disturbance,
Okay.
but yeah, I can hear you. There is, yeah, VVLP loop over your side.
Oh, is it? Oh gosh. Okay, whatever. I was actually sharing about Dipti ma'am before it came about the. She went off. Uh,
Yes, please continue.
so am I supposed to close my camera and talk also?
Yes, Bachchan, continue. I will, yeah.
It's about these Bollywood songs. It's some kind of language code. Okay, she went off again. Okay, that's one of it. The other one he actually shared is actually they do not send any messages. Okay, not through the phone. There's nothing on social media or in Facebook or in Twitter, nothing. But there's one way they actually talk. They won't do a normal call, but they will make a WhatsApp call, because there's some how or other WhatsApp call can be you can actually cannot access. They can do it in such a way they cannot access it. But Sushant, in I mean whatever that's written in Twitter's in DP's Twitter account, Sushant actually said that he have it that there is a way through WhatsApp whereby they can access the information, and he is actually trying to find that out. So that's one of the information in the diary that was decoded that I actually read. Now, Dipti man has permanently left. I do not know whether she's coming back, but this stream is like going on and go. So much of disruption. So I'll probably share what I have got. So that's a consignment, and they will go after the business partners. Okay, they will pressure them in such a way the business partners will go against this person. They will also harass the client, and then they will also trap the person, income tax, sales tax, whatever it is, come through the family members. When he say family members, he also highlighted could be family members, could be friends who are very close to them. So they be pressurized in such a way that they can't do anything. They not can't do anything. The offer of the amount of funds will actually make them go against the person. Like in this case, went against Sushant Singh. When he talk about someone will be sitting outside the house, pretending to wait for someone, they'll be tapping on the steering wheel, one hand using the phone, and the phone actually they are not talking to anybody, but it's actually taking picture of the location. Yeah, Dipti, ma'am. And he found out this that someone is trying to get the key element from his research and he used it into this. So he figured this out through a way she's managing this. I started getting doubts. This is one of the word I read in the diary.
Yes, yes,
Who?
yes, yes.
Uh, so I sort of figure out who is talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah. You
mean,
want to elaborate?
there are a lot of attacks. There are a lot of attacks on the network, especially on your side, Bachchan. Yeah. Anyway, we will, we will do
Hmm.
it. Yeah, somehow we will do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
despite all the obstacles. Yes.
So, Deepti ma'am, maybe you want to share.
Has Sushant
Mm,
mentioned name of the culprits in his diaries?
mm,
Yeah, I mean, he has been asking this question. See, listen, I'm culprits in the sense he surely can't name his murderers in his diary, right? Because he won't be writing at that point of time. I mean, like, we don't know when he stopped writing those, how much time before his death. Only after we cover all that he, I mean, there's a lot of material. There's a lot of material that we have with us, but yes, it's time taking because we have to break a lot of encryptions. Okay, so Sushant, when he was writing, he was not only taking care of what message he has to pass through, but he had to code it as well at the same time.
correct,
And there was a threat on his life as well.
correct.
So this I am trying to tell to those who are saying, who claim to be experts on Sushant's thought process and writing, writing style.
I mean, this
Okay.
basically explain why they were really going after his electronic devices.
So
Because
yes,
he
I
said,
mean, a lot of
yeah,
information has been coming out. So I request, I mean, through this show, Bachchanji, I request the CBI and the authorities to take note of the content.
okay,
Yeah, to take note of the content that are mentioned in the Sushant's drives, because some very big names are mentioned, and I believe that Sushant has managed to collect a lot of evidences against a lot of people as well, because almost all of the industry, the atmosphere, and the environment, even in sports, see all around you see a lot of inequality. I mean, you see, because we have seen the ugly face of Bollywood, but then again, there have been deaths of ISRO scientists as well. This has been happening since Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. He dies mysteriously, and 13 days after his death, the nuclear father, nuclear scientist, Homi Baba, he dies mysteriously in a plane crash. Okay. So since then, this syndicate or this nexus, the only, I think, the only aim of or only reason for their living is, you know, having as much control over the entire world, the entire humanity, and whatever. I don't understand their thought process as such, but yes, that's very evil. That's
yeah,
where evil, and now the it has created such an atmosphere wherein the honest people are not able to live without fear. They are the one who are जो डर डर के रह रहे हैं, compromising at every level. So that is the atmosphere that has become now. So I mean, if we don't protest against this now, I mean, I dread to see what kind of a future we are going to live ahead for our children.
yeah,
We
correct.
ignored we ignored Divya Bhati, we ignored Jaya Khan, we ignored Parveen Babi, we have ignored Gulshan Kumar, and we ignored so many mysterious deaths. Even there have been deaths of more than 15 ISRO scientists from 2016 to 2018. None of them, none of them gets. We have ignored them. That's why we ended up losing someone like Sushant today, someone
Yeah,
like Sridevi ji.
correct, correct. Um, I mean, it's
And even
because
now, if this is not put, even if now this is not put an end to, then I mean, I don't know what kind of future we are looking at.
Dipti ji, I want to ask you something. From what I read from this diary, I mean, I also realized that is it really going to be easy to to put an end to whatever they have described in the diary, because it's everywhere and everywhere and anybody can do anything. That's how they're controlling everyone.
Yes, it is very difficult. It is very difficult indeed, but people like Sushant, people like Sridevi, they have made the job easier for us.
Yeah,
They didn't sacrifice their lives for us to quit. right? We have
Yeah.
their work, we have their experience to guide us. So, see, I mean, even in mythology or Puranas and everything, when the evil reaches its peak, that's the time when, dharma again starts re-establishing. So if
Yeah.
we, I mean, just give up hope, if we quit even before trying,
Yeah,
then I
that's
don't think so. I mean,
yeah.
something
I
which
mean,
is wrong, I
yeah,
mean, we should all, yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you let it go, it's going to become
And
worse and worse and worse. Yeah, that I agree with you.
yes, exactly. And common man has to, I mean, they have to stay united. See, what is happening here is that after Anna Hazaria's Anshan in 2012, I think, yeah, which
Mm-hmm.
united everyone against corruption and which ultimately led to the end of UPA rule. This syndicate or this nexus, they learnt one big lesson, that people should not stay united for any right cause. That's when they started taking control of the mainstream media as well. So now alternate truths, the truths which are suppressed, are being discussed on the social media, on Twitter, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Here too, there have been attempts by the government in the name of, you know, Twitter or something being anti-India or anti-Hindu or something. There have been
Uh-huh.
attempts to, take control or regulate what is being shared on the social media platforms as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this as an attempt to stifle any kind of uproar or any kind of message reaching to the people which they don't want to reach. So this is happening. All this is happening exactly.
Yeah,
Thanks to social media now, Sushant's movement
yeah,
is still alive.
correct. Sushan even
Thanks to
mentioned,
people like you, right?
thanks to
Because
you,
you people
Deepti
have
ji,
not let it
to
go. You're continuously asking questions, and that is what we should do. As common people, we can't do much. We just can stick together. And yes, there will be a lot of misinformation because main purpose will be to break the unity.
you won't
Something is
believe. Yeah, hi,
happening.
Mitra. Because just
Welcome,
when you
Bachant ji.
hi, Mitra. The
Hello,
moment you
hello.
came, yeah, the moment you came in only, உங்க
I
background
think,
சத்தம்
yeah,
இருக்குது.
probably can I disconnect? Maybe she can come.
No, it's not that. My platform allows even up to what 6 people. I don't know why
Oh,
suddenly
okay.
she went off. It had been happening. She'd been going on and coming back,
Yes, yes,
going
I've
on and
been
coming back
watching.
all the while. Yeah. Now suddenly, so it's a bit. Another stream. My stream today being full of dramatic incidents.
It's strange. First time I'm also like watching this kind of
Yeah. I
disturbance.
I don't know what happened. Why she couldn't come.
It was act
Where are you? Okay.
it was actually quite interesting what you both been discussing.
Yeah. Okay, we will discuss. Actually, the discussion. Did you read the diary that she actually put up in the Twitter? She's here. Okay, let's talk to her.
Yeah.
Dipti ma'am. Okay, Mitra ji is here. Dipti ma'am.
Namaste,
Hi,
Deepti ma'am.
Mitraji, how are you?
I'm
It's
good. I'm
always a
good. How are
pleasure
you,
to
ma'am?
see you. Yeah,
Same,
namaste,
same
namaste.
here. Same from here, G.
Yes, I am
Same
good
from
too.
here. Yeah. I will just listen to you all.
Ji, boliye. Tell me.
Mitra, is there anything you wanted to ask her? Ask
No,
Deepti
no.
ji?
I'll just listen for some time
Yes.
and then I will have my questions.
Okay,
I'll wait
okay,
for my question.
okay. Actually, she said most of it already.
Okay.
Okay. Deepti, yeah, carry on,
Deepti
Deepti ma'am.
ji, please keep your okay. Yes, Deepti
See,
ji, please.
yes,
Rekha
Deepti,
ji
this
बोल रही
something,
हैं. She's saying Deepti ji.
yeah. Actually, I wanted to
Yes,
tell the same
obviously.
thing to you because,
Obviously, I mean,
yeah,
see,
I got a
obviously,
bit worried the
because
moment you are,
what,
mm,
yeah, no, what my team has laid its hands on, it's nothing short of a gold mine.
mm. and then she disappears.
It's nothing short of a gold mine, actually. Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
And even in the slides here, continuously mentioned that you can be a devil, you can sell this for money and all. I mean, like, see, uh, so I don't know how to say this, but initially, like a good law-obeying citizen, I tried to contact the CBI agencies, hand over the proofs to them, and ultimately, like initially in Srideviji's case as well, we went the legal route. We had too much faith on our judicial systems, and ultimately in the end, it is Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad ji who files an injunction blocking hearing in our case. So, if after interacting and making His Excellency Shri Ramnath Koviji aware of what all happened in Srideviji's case, what all obstacles happened and everything, what all we get in return is, interference from the Union Law Minister without any reason. So, obviously, I will be bit worry about sharing these proofs with with anyone in the CBI. This is very sensitive information. And I also, if I will be handing over, because the agencies know if I hand over any sort of proofs to them, I will demand accountability. They have to act on it, right? So I have left it in the public domain. I am even tagging them. So with the hope that they will take note and all. So, and here the public has also a lot of role to play. They have to keep questioning the authorities and the agencies to either deny that what I am claiming as SSR drives something is not true, or to acknowledge them and accept them because they are vital proofs in Sushant's murder case. Till now, a narrative was being spread that CBI came in late, by then all the evidences were destroyed. So it is taking them time to connect all the dots and everything. So here, when I'm saying, an encyclopedia written by the victim himself is available, I really fail to understand what is stopping them from collecting it. And of course, and then again, if we go by the track record of CBI, unfortunately, it's not that encouraging. Even in Ajitab's case, it couldn't do anything. I mean, a techie vanished in broad daylight in Bangalore, in a densely populated and in a highly, active city like Bangalore, and no one has any clue where he goes. And Sushant has mentioned about him in one of the slides as well, wherein he says that he has his company, right, and he was working for some artificial intelligence projects. So he had indicated someone, Mr. X,
Yes.
which I think he will reveal in the coming slides. Someone apparently very big who has called him to use some features of his AI project to, break into the biometrics network of. We have this Aadhaar and everything. We have this biometrics network to break into it, and so that they can manipulate the data and all to use artificial. Sushant Singh Rajput was contacted for that, as per what he has written. And he also mentions Ajitab as having some relation. He is missing as having some relation to this angle because he was working in Wipro when when Wipro was handling the Aadhaar project. So, I mean, if people can go through his, Ajitab missing, you can see that how no investigation happened at all. Literally. So, I don't see why should the agencies not act on this information? But then again, unfortunately, in Gia's case, CBI disappointed. In Ajitab's case, CBI disappointed. In whatever case it is, where has there ever been any closure? Where has any big name ever been sent to jail? And if some names like Lalu Prasad Yadav and Chidambaram have been sent. But then again, in Sushant's diaries, it's mentioned that in jails also, because activity happens from inside the jails. They are provided with all facilities, from mobile phones to network to women to AC and all. This even the terrorists and all. And this again, we can connect it to something which happened recently. That is that gelatin led an SUV found outside Antilla. Initially, it was told that the message came from some Jaishul Hind. But when it was traced near the Tihar jail. And Tihar jail is supposed to be a network restricted area. So how did it trace back to that? Initially, these reports came, and later on, when this was pointed out, I too pointed out in one of the interviews. Immediately next day, the news comes that Jaishul Hind has denied claiming responsibility of that incident. And then something else happened. Sachin Wazir incident happened.
Dipti, Dipti ji, there's this person, Srinivas Patnaik. Do you know him? He sent something about, and he said he wants to come into the stream. There's something he wrote here. He wrote this.
No, I have no.
Okay. I'm asking you, so if it's not, then it's okay. Okay. So Srinivas Patnaik is not someone you know.
Do I know you?
Srinivas, why is it you want to come on stream? Maybe you can just send me a message. Okay, go on, Dipti ji.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
Let me go into another one. The WhatsApp part. He shared about the WhatsApp. He said that they will not communicate through the phone. There won't be any messages. There won't be any call. They won't even communicate through Facebook or Twitter, whatever. But they do send through WhatsApp audios, I think videos or audio, something like that. Because
WhatsApp audios, videos, see, they have different platforms are there, different apps and all. So of course, and they have the best IT brains working for them. Because here we are talking about the involvement of corporations which are into telecommunications, corporations which are into fertilizers, corporations which are into petrochemicals, corporations which are on everything almost, which healthcare, insurance, everything. So here, initially they try to get into my devices as well. So there's been a lot of, whatever Sushant has mentioned in his diaries, I have experienced it. I have been followed, still am being followed. People keeping an eye on me. Initially, if I used to book any kind of ticket, if I used to book any kind of online food delivery or something, immediately that would reach them. My location and everything.
Okay.
So these things have happened. And I have been financially harassed as well. There has been an income tax raid on me, but I don't have that much income to, I mean, there was nothing they could catch me with. Okay, there was nothing. There was nothing to, find fault with or something. So they couldn't do anything that side. And then they tried to trap me in a lot of illegal deals as well. Okay, where cash payments were there, and the cash would have been either some EOW marked by economic offenses as money laundered or some scams, something, so that when I can be trapped. So mostly trap people. Honey trapping is there. Okay, and they also make videos. So mostly not everyone is evil. Okay, they are trapped into staying silent. That's how this syndicate thrives. It has thrived over the years.
Hmm.
So, since they have been unchallenged and they have been having accountable, right? If they had been punished for their crimes on time, it wouldn't have come to this.
Yeah, that's true.
Again,
Oh,
disconnected. I have a question.
yeah.
Actually, Bachanji,
Uh,
CBI is like they keep working in another angle.
mhm.
Actually, so many people have doubts like are they working or not? So many confusion. And NCB is doing another angle. What about this ED? They also just came inside few months back and they
Yeah,
were like doing lot of work. Especially, do you remember they changed? I mean, the culprits changed IP address of. Sushant's business, so many, I think
mm,
more than three business he's been running. So
yeah,
they've been
correct.
changing the IP address. No one talks about that. Even I have, huge curiosity what ED is doing. Even they are also like have to maintain the, evidence. Do you have any? I think
Uh,
I thought of asking.
yeah, yeah. She's coming in. Probably she'll
Yeah,
answer.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, can't see her. Dipti man. Dip, Dipti ji. Mitra ji has a question for you.
Yeah.
Deepti ji, I don't know whether it's a suitable
Mm-hmm.
question for you or not, but general, I have this doubt. See, we always questioning CBI doing, are they doing or are they not? I mean, we have huge doubt because they have to reveal some information at some time, at some point, they have to ice break it.
Mm-hmm.
Or this at the other side, we've been looking for NCB. Okay, fine, they were doing some work, and meanwhile they've been kept quiet, and again they've just come. So at least we are happy with NCB work. But now I was like, have a huge curiosity on ED. ED was also for quite some time they were very active. You remember Sushant was having 2 3 companies, and the IP address been changed for 2 3 times, more than 2 3 times. So what's I don't know. It's a curiosity what they're doing, and are they also have to maintain secrets like CBI?
Why? I mean, I don't. They might have to maintain secrets, but I don't know if it is for the welfare of in the interest of the nation or in their own interests. That's a big question mark because ultimately nothing ever happens. ED was also investigating another that Mumbai airport scam, something related to that. Okay, during the same time of Sushant's death, and ED was, strangely around that point of time, most of the people, including the superstar of or the mega star of our film industry and all, they got COVID. They got admitted. They became COVID positive. They got admitted. Okay. So even in Sushant's case, I mean, whenever it was time for them to be called for questioning or something, they get admitted. They get somehow test positive and they get admitted. So that has been happening. So yes, now people have to be aware. Like Sushant has mentioned in one of the slides, how come that it is common man who has to follow each and every rule? So because here we have been running a medium scale industry like manufacturing concrete pipes since 1983. For us to avail cash credit of even say a small amount, okay, like 50 lakh or 1 crore, we have to produce so many documents. Okay, we have to go through stringent verification and everything. So when such rules are there in place, how come people are, fleeing the country after having, uh, looted the country of thousands of crores of rupees? And are we naive enough to think that without the involvement of someone from the government or the authority or the agency, would this have been possible? I mean, somehow, see what even Vijay Mallya was willing to come back. Okay, he said interest he can't pay, but he was willing to pay the principal amount. But he was not allowed. For what? Was there a fear that if he comes back and gives statements, many other, it will open a can of worms, and all those names who had taken cuts and all will come out? Is that why they are made to flee the country? I mean, see, all this is no more acceptable. People have to be aware of it, and there will be a lot of Sushant's death anniversary is coming. I would like to warn the genuine SSR warriors here that now they will try to do a lot of negative publicity regarding Sushant. If I from whatever I know, I have 3 years of experience in their style of working. Even though I have been sharing news about Srideviji's murder and her original medical record, I mean, document for records, revealing her original death reason, and I have been sharing them since August 2020. No one said anything. But when my case got accepted in ICJ in October, suddenly a series of trolls led by advocate Chandni Shah and Suresh Nakwa, politician. They started shouting, no, the documents are forged, she is a fake, the alignment is like this is like this and like that. So I told them, if you are a lawyer, be like a lawyer. What all I got was that I got trolling on Twitter for supposedly forging documents. So you can see here the ecosystem. Someone who is trying to bring the truth out, they are being maligned. They are being accused of forgery. Though everyone knows that Sridevi's death was not natural, everyone agrees to that. Instead of focusing on that, I get opposition for trying to bring to light some facts that were tried to be buried. Even in Sushant's case, a lot of YouTubers, they are only here to mislead people. Most of them. I'm not saying all. With different kind of narratives, different stories and everything. But how people should judge, okay? People should ultimately see the actions, the end result. What are they doing for the sake of justice? Is it just that they are filling their time, or is it just they're trying to find a solution really involved? Or is it that they are arguing about views and number of followers, manipulation. There is everything except concentrating or focusing on the main cause, that is Sushant's murder.
Someone was like messaging about Janvi. Janvi
So
has no
here
guilt
too,
at all.
because mainstream
Yeah.
media is hardly discussing Sushant's case. Even if it is saying no, her mom will be killed before she was killed. And she was completely okay with it. So let us not discuss about her.
Hmm. Your reception is going on and off, deep PG, I think.
See, since
Okay.
I am accessible to you, you are asking Masri. here I have had he went to meet.
Deepti ji, your reception is going on and off.
I'm saying and I'm taking. So if all
Can you-
I'm that
Deepti ji, can you hear me?
okay me to talk
Yeah.
this okay.
No. As you speak, right, it's going on and off, on and off. Yeah. A bit distorted in that sense. Can you hear me? Yeah, on and off. Mitra, you can hear her, is it? Is it on and off for you?
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear
for
Same
my,
you.
goes here also. It was like
Am
on
I
and off,
yeah.
Bachanji.
audible?
Okay. I now can hear you, Deepti ji.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
Again, same.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, Mitra, சொல்லுங்க.
Aditya, someone was like talking about daughter, but I feel like the whole
Yeah.
nation, no colleagues, no one talks about her. I feel so bad, Even she's born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, no one
Mm-hmm.
stands for her. That I feel really sad, and that's the one
Yeah.
reason, I respect Bachanji and Deepti ji. They've been both by fighting for our Sri Devi ji, So I mean, all
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
That
She's coming back again.
yeah,
But I know, I mean, sadly, Sri Devi's case, we could, through Sushant, we found out a lot of things, including Sri Devi's case, So he opened up the can of worms, actually. So if it is not for him, we probably like going on with thinking that Sri Devi was actually,
yeah, exactly. No one,
yeah,
most of the people doesn't know about this. What have happened actually happened for Sri Devi ji.
yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Dipti ji, yeah, she's having a lot of issues. Let me just go through some of the messages.
Yeah, yes.
Actually, there's one part Sushant has said that they could come after the family. The family could be one of the person who were actually tracking him down, giving information and all that. So I don't know who is referring to, whether it's siblings or brother-in-law or friends, but he or girlfriend. So who is hinting? I do not know, but he has said that they will somehow or other offer money people who hate him, who's jealous of him. Uh, to an extent, the offer would be quite good that they will turn against him. So he
Yeah.
generally put it. So I sort of like what we suspected is something what he was sharing in the diary.
Okay, but actually, what I feel is like Sushant was okay with the family before these people have come inside. After these people trapped, they're just trying to
Yeah,
cut the communication between the family. I think like Sushant was okay with as he trusted all the
yeah,
housemates and girlfriend. He thought like they're having a communication with family as he was busy with a lot of projects and a few other things probably,
yeah,
and he might be meeting sister, but the problem is like he would have not had enough time to discuss more. So
correct.
everyone thought like, yeah, he's okay, and he's like doing, I mean, busy with the projects and few movies, and he is doing lot many things. So everyone would have thought like he was busy, and in between, lot many things have happened.
Yeah,
They've planted very well, so they have like they have been a barrier to cut the relationship between the family and them. So we couldn't know what happened actually until these people opened their mouth, but
yeah.
it's not happening.
When he said family, could also remember that he has a brother-in-law who's a police officer.
Yes.
Yeah. So of course his housemates, his lover. He also mentioned business partners, business
Yeah.
clients. So a lot
Mm.
of names actually been indirectly he have mentioned about uh, SIM cards. He mentioned
SIM
about
cards, 50 SIM
yeah,
cards.
yeah. So Dipti ji, can you? Oh yeah, okay. Can you hear us? Dipti ma'am, can you hear us? G, Dipti G. Can you hear me? Right. Yeah, yeah. Dipti ma'am, can you hear me? Yes, you're frozen actually.
Can you
Yeah, frozen
hear
again.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's still on and off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah, now I can hear.
Okay, is my is my voice clear now?
Yeah,
Is my voice clear now?
It's
it,
breaking.
yeah, it's
Yes.
like
Is
the
my
network's like audio can be heard, but it's like on
off
and
cam?
off.
So, okay, even the audio is not clear. Is that what you're saying?
Now
Audio,
okay.
now okay.
Okay,
Go on, DPG.
I will be back, please.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, Mitra, I wanted to ask you, did you actually read the one that Deepti ji put up in her Twitter account?
I've just read few lines, but it was like,
Yeah,
so many contents were there.
yeah, yeah.
And
I went through it. I even wrote down notes on it.
yeah,
I was like, oh my god, this is pretty scary because anybody
scary.
and
Yeah,
every, yeah.
exactly.
So
I noted down. I thought like whenever I come, I have to ask, but I didn't bring those things. But did you go through?
yeah,
It was really scary.
it was
So many
really
things
scary.
she's mentioned there.
Yeah, to the extent they can really know what's happening in your life, where you're going, what you're doing, in the house as well as outside. They can assess everything, and before you could react, let's say the moment you find out, before you could react, they would have
They will
already,
act.
yes.
They will act.
So yeah. So
They've been tracking everywhere. They've been trying. Did you noticed when Ditiji said even when she ordered food
yeah,
online, they keep
correct,
tracking. Yeah, that's what like they do with everyone.
correct. So whatever organized crime that's been happening, whoever like try to talk about it or try to reveal it, I think they come in immediately to do whatever they need to do. I think she's coming in again. Whatever they need to
It's,
do, yeah. So what's very sad is because we are living out of India. So when you hear such news, such things happening in India, it scare the hell out of us. That would you even dare go and live in when you hear such things are happening there? Okay, Dipti ji, Dipti ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Dipti ji.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, what we will do, because a lot of interruption and all
Yes.
that, maybe we will summarize and then probably you take
Yes,
the lead. What do you
Bachanji,
think?
please go
What do you
ahead.
think?
Yes, please
Yeah,
go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, okay. Basically, those who are viewing this video, if you do not know what the hell is happening or what we're talking
Yes, yes,
about,
yes.
please go to Dipti's Twitter account. I'll write the account ID in my description below, and go and read those information there. You will then understand what we are trying to talk about it. Whatever that's been listed there, Dipti ma'am is able to relate to it because she is going through those things in her life now. She's fighting for justice for Sri Devi. Now she's coming to fight for justice for Sushant. So living there in India, Dipti men doing all this kind of daring things is very very scary. You have to stay safe, Dipti ma'am. But it is a daring act. In fact, when you say that now I'm fighting for justice or Mitra fighting for justice, I have to tell that you are way above us. You're doing even more, riskier attempt to bring out justice. So for that, I really have to say that, hats off to you, hats off, hats off. Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. So tell me,
Exactly, it takes so much of courage, Diptiji,
Oh,
because I was actually talking to Bachanji regarding Sridevi ji because the whole
thank you.
industry, no
See,
one was sorry.
see, many people.
going on today. Dipti ji, your audio went off. It's like the network is yeah off. You're frozen.
Yes, Mitraji, you were saying something, please. I missed.
Yes, Bachanji. Actually, I was like thinking and I was like worried. The
Okay.
whole nation was like against you, and no one. And she was born and brought up from Tamil Nadu. No industry people supported the whole India. No one supported Sridevi ji. No one questioned even a single question. How did happen? Like why everyone was like shut and they were mute. But you are the only person who still keep fighting for her and something happened.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Mitra,
that's
you
what.
saw. Yeah,
சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க.
I think she's having a lot of disruption over her side. Quite
I
bad
think
today,
yes,
in fact.
exactly.
Yeah,
Probably we have to go for one more, session,
round. Yeah, yeah.
one more
Okay,
round next.
Mitra, you read this message. SSR Syria records show says on 13 morning, policemen and Ria have been calling SSR continuously, and SSR numbers under surveillance of police. That he was changing SIM cards, but he didn't know that his number on track. Uh,
It was so strange, Bhajanji. This is
mm.
one as he said, like he was keep calling, but she was like blocked. She blocked the SSR number, right? He been
This
trying
was
with
the story.
different
Yeah,
SIM. My curiosity, how did he got different SIM? Because he been trapped by so many people,
yeah.
and someone says like he dropped her on 13th
Mm,
morning.
mm, mm.
So we don't know. We have different kinds of theory. We have been confused with so many things. Until CBI opens their, the case file, then only we will know if they are a little bit transparent or like very close to the case. Then only we can come to the conclusion. Uh, we have so many narratives. He keeps calling from different numbers. So how did he got? Because he been trapped.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's so many people around him. He's not allowed
Yeah.
alone. He's not allowed to talk with their family members also. In that case, how come he had 50 SIMs? I don't know. I mean, it could happen, but we don't know what had actually happened. But on 13th, someone says like Ria left on 8th and she blocked the
Mm,
number.
mm,
And again, someone said like they've seen Sushant is dropping Ria near
mm.
the apartment. So there have been a lot of theories.
Okay, Dipti ma'am, I think now is better. Dipti ji, Dipti ji, can you hear me? Dipti ji, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Okay,
can. But there's a lot of disturbance actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
So probably maybe we will wrap it up. Dipti ji, maybe you can give me your final words before we take a leave. Are you there? The mic
Yes,
is
Bachanji, tell me.
okay. I think we will probably wrap it up. Give me your final words before we take our leave.
Okay, yeah. Any more questions that you wanted to ask?
Okay, there was one question. I think maybe that I want to highlight and ask you as well. So far, on the 13th, wait, it's a quite interesting question. Where did it go? Can you see this message, Dipti ji?
SSR call data records. Say on 13th morning, policeman and Ria calling Tesser continuously in SSR number was under surveillance of police that he was changing SIM cards. He didn't know his number on track. He knew. He knew that he was being followed. As the reason he followed, he changed so many SIM cards.
Mm,
And let us not forget that right around his death, some 14 to 15 of his friends also died mysteriously.
yeah, correct.
So obviously they were working on something.
Yeah. I think in the last few days you already knew what's going to happen.
Yes, and I believe that last couple of months or so, just before his death, he was mostly, kept under the influence of drugs and all. He was administered and he was kept confined to his room, so that his, brain was not functioning normal. I think so. I mean, from whatever is available or whatever information I have received, this is how Ria was planted for this very purpose only. So
Mm,
ultimately, a genius like him, who I mean, could actually do such kind of detailed research and put it on in such a way that, I mean, in such as I understand that not everyone can appreciate this, but he has taken such a genius approach to ensure that his research doesn't fall in the wrong hands. Each and every file has strong, strongly coded encryption, and it's taking a lot of time. So the least the agency CBI can do is that, at least, I mean, like, they should go through it, and they should also, be accountable to the people of the country as to what actions are they taking on this. Is this the reason that if they accept, they have to show some kind of action on it, that the proofs are not being accepted? What is the reason? We need to raise questions. We need to ask this to the, because what is happening is that we are discussing on the videos among ourselves, and we agree that whatever is happening is not happening in the right way, but we have to exert more pressure. Whatever narratives, I mean, different YouTubers might be having, ultimately the only motive should be justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, right?
Yeah.
And for that,
Correct.
the only way is CBI filing the 302 in Sushant's case. I mean, CBI giving the confirmation that it was murder. So that is the only way forward right now. Whatever narratives, whatever diversions, people are going to 5G being the reason for corona and what not, from starting SSR campaigns to they have taken over the entire world with their narratives, and ultimately many people have, okay, fine, to keep this fight alive, they are using many kind of innovative ways as well, like applying for Guinness Book and all. That's a very good and appreciable initiative, and people making donations and doing social work on Sushant's name. So it's very important, equally important, to keep this fight alive, but not at the cost of the main motive, that is justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, which is only possible. The only step, any positive step can happen, is that the CBI has to give the reason of the death, conclude the reason of the death.
Correct.
Be taking so much of time. Rather than getting divided into so many narratives, all should get united towards demanding CBI to conclude the reason of the death. Later on, after that is filed, depending on what is filed, the future course of action can be decided. But if you're just misleading the people, deviating them from the main cause of justice, then people should be wise enough to understand. The common man or the people there are really scores of people, lakhs of people in India and abroad who genuinely want justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. But the IT cells of the mafia have been planted to create diversions, divisions. So we have people fighting for everything other than justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, and followers getting divided, ultimately deviating from the main cause which brought them together, that is justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. Keep asking just one question, conclude the reason of the death. That is the least CBI can do. After that, whatever investigations or whoever did, people will decide.
Correct. But
But
at this
this
point,
silence,
yeah,
this silence, and this is actually not acceptable. This should not be acceptable.
because they did not even rule out suicide, you see. So that's the problem here.
So, I mean, see, not ruling out suicide is not like someone was saying that they haven't even ruled suicide in my shows, I think. So this is not some favor they are doing. They cannot just rule suicide because they have seen how much people are aware, how many circumstantial evidences are there to support and to discard, to support that there has been foul play and to discard the theory of suicide. They know the outcry that will happen if they just dismiss it as suicide. So no one is doing us a favor by not ruling it out. I mean, like we should not be okay with that. We should demand action. We should demand conclusion. I mean, you conclude. Come on, you can't let case keep stretching for years and years and years and years. Keep waiting for people to lose their zeal and this momentum for the fight, and ultimately nothing ever concludes. Enough. It has happened enough. Now if we don't get together and raise our voice collectively against it, demanding actions, we are tax paying citizens, honest tax paying, we demand. Right.
Yeah. Right.
So that's why we have to get together. Let us not get divided into, by, as Sushant mentioned in one of the files, this religion, caste, and ideologies, and all these are tools to divide people, to remove their focus from the main issue. So that's what it is.
Mitra, anything you want to ask?
No, Bachanji and Ditiji.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, the fight for Sushant, I think SSRM should continue to fight for justice for Sushant, justice for Sri Devi, and like what DPG said, when nothing is happening on the other side in the social media, at least we should voice out for them. We should continue to voice out for them. Oh, when I speak, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
rather than
echo.
being scattered, in, you know, uh, all get together, all get, ultimately when the justice, when the motive is one, that is justice for Sushant, and when there is only one way forward, and that is for CBI to conclude the reason possible, then why so many diversions? Why not all come together and exert so much pressure that they are forced to act like they were forced to hand over the case to CBI? Otherwise, initially there were attempts to dispose it off as depression and suicide. It was people. It was people after, I mean, some photographs got leaked and the circumstantial evidences screamed so loudly of foul play that even, I mean, a person, a common man of average IQ could make out that there was foul play. There was such huge outcry that they were forced to hand over the case to the CBI. So that is what I am saying. Now also, like at that point of time, everyone's focus was just one thing, to demanding CBI's response. High time. So not getting scattered in this fight, that fight, or whatever you do. But ultimately, this pressure should always. That is the only way. That is the only way you can make the authorities sort. Because let us still remember that though not on ground, democracy is supposed to be for the people, by the people, and of the people. We have the right to demand, and justice is our fundamental right. We are requesting it for it. If still the authorities and the agencies continue to turn a blind eye, we should demand for it. Ultimately, it should not come to a position where the common man feels helpless enough to go for snatching for it. So yeah, so that's what. Let us all focus on getting an answer from the CBI regarding the reason for that.
Bachanji, you're in mute.
Sorry. Let's not focus on SSRN being, diverted. Let's not focus on creating problem between SSRNs. I think we SSRNs are there to fight for justice, be it even Sri Devi or Sushant Singh or anybody out there. Injustice is done to them. We have to voice out for them. I mean, even we can't do it, and no, even I can't do to the extent what DPG is doing. At least we are voicing out. Me and Mitra, we are voicing out. Hopefully, because this have to go on. It's going to be 1 year now for Sushant, and we don't even hear anything like what you said. At least it could at least tell whether it is 302 or what.
The reason for
Nothing of
that.
that is coming.
Yes.
Yeah, that is not out yet. So it's like everything is like floating in the air. There's no solution to it. So of course there's so much of frustration. But it's actually, as much as it's frustrating to read the diary, to be very frank, it's good to know what was happening. In fact, people who read it, not only for Sushant, people who read it, they will be aware what could be happening around them. So it's like an education for them. When you share it on the public platform, I have to tell you, it's not only helping Sushant, it's helping a lot of people out there. They will be aware what can happen around them. So in that sense, I have
And
to
yes,
thank
let
you
me
also.
tell you one thing. Yeah. And let me tell you one thing here that, let me tell everything one thing here, that when we are saying that we are fighting for justice for Sushant, justice for Disha, justice for Sridevi, it's more than justice for them because they're no more. It's so more than justice for them. It is justice for our future. It is justice for the future of humanity.
Exactly.
So
It's more.
yes.
Also,
It's more.
justice should be served at the right time. They are enjoying their life,
Exactly.
and after 50 years,
Yeah.
you give punishment. What is the use of giving the punishment? I don't know. Till that
The
time, they are happy
easiest
and they
way
are
to
suffering.
deny justice, the easiest way to deny justice without creating public outcry is to delay it.
Actually, Bachanji or Deepti ji, now when we get some news from NCB, people will be really happy. Oh, something is happening. After few months, just it will take some few months from another team. I don't question them or like I don't doubt them, but this is what happening here. We will be happy for oh, something is happening in Sushant's case. Okay, we will get 302 or we will get some. And after few weeks or few months, that's it. Like then again we have to fight, keep fighting. So justice should happen at the right time. It should not keep delaying like this.
Exactly. 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 If justice had happened at the right time in Jia's case, maybe so many other deaths would have been
Would have been
prevented.
saved. Yeah, correct.
Yes. So here, as a citizen of the country, as a concerned citizen of the country, I would like to hold the judicial system responsible for encouraging the crime by allowing such kind of ecosystem to thrive, wherein the criminals go scot-free for years and years together after committing crimes, and they continue to commit more and more crimes.
Yeah.
Right? We should hold them responsible.
Anyway,
They are
hopefully.
here, the judiciary is here for a reason, yeah. I mean, you cannot say that there is too much load on there are too many cases and all. That is what you are here for. That's what you are here for, right?
Yeah, correct.
Just shift the pending cases to to a special court or something, and from now on, at least bring some reforms wherein it says that a case gets a closure within 1 year of it being filed. Such things have to be brought. Such reforms have to be brought. Pending cases, okay. Just leave a special court for them. That too has to have some time frame for the closure and all. But here the will is not there.
There's a message by Sunny
It's
Patel. He
not
said
that
that.
things.
Sorry, I just probably want to read out this. All agencies know who killed SSR, but they want to break full nexus of drugs all over Maharashtra. That CBI is not disclosing the murderer or they will disclose the murderer after they break the drug nexus. Hopefully, what
Hopefully,
Sunny Patel,
same
yeah,
answer. Hopefully, it
yeah,
will be good.
yeah.
Then they will open the SSR murder. When? When?
I don't know.
And Jia Khan's
I really
justice.
wish, this will be fast and soon, but
Yeah, we
The
don't know.
drugs, that no, the drugs angle is handled by NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau, and the crime, that is, the abetment of suicide or whatever, the mysterious, the foul play in the death, the reason of death, that is being handled by CBI. So I don't understand this narrative of, they are going phase by phase. So what were they doing till now? Is it something that has happened for the first time, that you suddenly woke up now and you have started now planning everything and going step by step? I mean, do we really believe that when the report and everything about the same nexus has been written in 1993? Unfortunately, there has been no change. The nexus only become more and more powerful.
yes, correct.
And now you want us to believe that they have started working. First, they will take one step, they will take care of the drugs angle, then they will move on to the murder. Sorry, I mean, this doesn't sound, I mean, a genuine enough reason. It sounds more like an excuse for the delays happening.
Like this Sita Devi mentioned, in Sushant case, there's a lot electronic evidence out there, and yet there's no verdict for his case. Like, for Sri Devi, it's all hidden. We can't expose much. I mean, only through you we knew quite a bit. Otherwise, he didn't know what's happening in Sri Devi case. Divya Bharati, total cover up. But
No,
in
see,
Sushant
see,
case,
Sridevi's case, Sri- Sridevi's case happened in Dubai. We must remember that in Dubai everything is computerized, okay, centralized. It has a vault where all the databases are stored, right? I mean, in hotels, in big hotels, the attendance even is the attendance of the staff. Even that database is stored. The medical records are stored. The police, everything is stored in a centralized place called vault, from where we got hold of the records. And as mentioned in the Supreme Court judgment copy that I have shared, we also have eyewitnesses who clearly point out that this was not accidental drowning as claimed, but a pre-planned cold-blooded murder. But the thing is here is that though we have concrete proofs, let me uh, point out one thing here, that in Supreme Court of India, you simply can't file a petition. Your petition will get rejected if you do not have any kind of evidence. Here, one politician come filmmaker, Sunil Singh, he was the first person to file petition in Sridevi's case for opening reinvestigation into it, because he was in Dubai at that point of time, and he had also heard about injury marks on her body and some other conflicting ground reports. So that's why he too, being an admirer of the actress, he had filed, and that was widely reported in the news at that point of time. So I had contacted him even, and he had come with his lawyer, Dr. Avasti, I think, to meet me in Bhubaneswar. He had come to Bhubaneswar to meet me. I showed him the embalming certificate copy, and he was like, "We tried so hard. How could you get hold of it?" And he wanted us to share it with him, but because of trust issues, I didn't share it, and ultimately his petition got rejected because of lack of evidence. And after that, another ex ACP, I think, Ved Bhushan, he too had sent a team to Dubai, and he came back, and this too was widely reported in the press. He came back with findings which clearly, this video is also available online, that it was a murder and it had involvement of lot of big names. So that's the reason it is being suppressed. He clearly told. Later than that, also nothing happened to that. So what is happening here is that even if someone is raising doubts, later on, I mean, it is simply not covered and people forget about it.
Okay.
And they are counting on that actually in Sushant's case as well. That's the reason for this silence, this delay.
We're waiting everybody to quiet down. But Deepti, there's something I wanted to also share to the viewers that I do not know. Maybe I'll ask you. Whatever that we are sharing now, and
Bachchan
whatever,
ji, Deepti
yeah,
ji, sorry to interrupt. I need to leave now. Please don't mind
okay.
and don't mistake me. Thank you so much for the beautiful opportunity.
Yes, sure,
Both of
sure.
you have. Ji, ji, did you say something? I
She said
interrupted.
yes, sure. She said yes,
Oh, okay,
sure.
okay, okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.
Thank you, Mitraji.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, viewers. Thanks a lot.
You too.
Thank you, Mitra. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Deepti
Okay,
ji,
thank you.
do you wanna share your YouTube channel, because you're also sharing about this in your channel? Do you wanna share it? I'll leave it to you.
Uh, I mean, oh yeah, I have a channel. I mean, like we have opened a channel that allied crimes, illegal. Recently, I had uploaded a video to actually, start speaking about the SSR diary tweets mostly, because a lot of people were questioning about it, and a lot of SSR warriors were not aware of my Sridevi, my journey with the Sridevi case. So to bring everyone up to date, I had uploaded a video on that. But Bachchan ji, let me tell you, it's not everyone's cup of tea to host a video on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. But
मेरा
once,
तो पानी निकल no, मेरा तो पानी निकल गया. I mean, I don't know if I will go back again or something, but yeah,
okay, okay.
right now, right now there are no plans to be regularly. I mean,
Yeah.
so I will definitely keep everyone updated if there's
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. I mean, from what you share, Deepti
yes, we
G's
should also be
channel is there.
dividing this up.
Yeah, channel is there, but once in a while, when she feels it's really important to share certain information, she'll come live, and then probably y'all can get to watch it. So yeah, there will be about 2 or 3 videos already up, right? I joined one of the video.
No, no,
So
no, just one. You
this one,
joined the one
okay,
on Dhruva's, I think. Yeah,
okay, okay. Yeah.
You
So
joined the one on my the channel. Yeah, Allied
yeah,
Crimes.
yeah, correct. Yes. So yeah, I think probably we'll wrap it up. For all those out there, this I'm going to repeat it again. Whatever DPG is sharing, she don't even have to bother sharing it. It's not going to do any good to her. She's not going to get. I know she. It's not going to do anything good to her. It's only going to do good to people out there who need to see that Sushant get justice. All those people who got injustice, they need to get justice. And secondly, all those people who's alive and moving around, they need to know what is happening around them. So her sharing will really help a lot of people out there. On that basis, please appreciate her instead of saying, instead of scrutinizing what's the information in there, instead of scrutinizing whether this is true, instead of scrutinizing Sushant's English is not like that. I think that's not necessary. So yeah, DPG, thank you so much. It's been a long stream with a lot of distraction, a lot of drama, but thank you for joining me and thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank,
much, Bachchan. Thank you for this, and thank you for the genuine and noble work that you're doing to keep this movement alive. Please continue with this.
yeah.
We need people like you. Yeah,
Thank you.
to keep,
Thank
yeah. Thank you so
continue,
much.
continue. Thank you. Thank you so much, DPG. I actually look
Yeah.
up to you. You are exemplary up there fighting for justice. Thank you so much, DPG.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi everyone, I'm going to leave, but I have to highlight that there was an earlier stream, okay, that was done, and it came a lot of destruction. Suddenly, it just ended. I do not know what is the reason. So I started off this stream. So the beginning part, I spoke about Sitat Pitani and all that. So I continued this stream. So sorry, my apologies. There's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of Wi-Fi issues and all that. But thank you so much for joining me. And I see a lot of you are actually sending a lot of comments. I could not put it up because sometimes when DPG is speaking, I do not want to interrupt her. But otherwise, I can see a lot of y'all up there are also fighting, I mean, wanting justice in this case, not only for Sushant, for anybody. I hope CBI will come back soon, closing this case as murder, and also, bring out the culprits. So yeah, with that, I will take my leave. See you all again in the next video. அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி, வணக்கம், good night, bye bye.